I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, thanks for joining us on today's video. Listen, man, I love Chevelles, and I'm sure you love Chevelles too. That's probably why you're watching the video. But there are definitely different levels of Chevelles. And so the bad thing about a Chevelle is you can't tell by the VIN number or the cal tag or anything that you have a real Supersport. It could be anything. You know, we've purchased Malibus in the past and discovered that they're, had the Supersport package added, so we kind of disclosed it that way. Not kind of, we disclosed it that way. This car here, because it's a Canadian car, it's able to help us understand that it really was a Supersport. Not to mention, this has the original Matching Numbers engine in it, and it has a Matching Numbers 4-speed in it, which is ultra rare because, you know, when we bought these cars, we weren't buying them just to go get groceries and do some other things like that. We were designing them to roll on down the road as fast as we possibly could. Not me, of course. I was on the side watching you do that to cars. But now here's a chance for you, who can afford to do this car, that justice again. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so again, back to the importance of the car. So I love red cars with white stripes, but so many cars that were green are painted red. So many cars that were white are painted red because red is just a great color for sports cars or performance cars. This is an original coated cranberry red car, all right? Original coated cranberry red car. And then on top of it, as we roll around, you're gonna see all kinds of upgrades, option sheet checkoffs from the factory that are included on the car. Down to things like this. All right, so inside here we have power disc brakes. Don't forget to ask about that stuff when you're looking at cars online. These cars came standard with a Supersport package with disc brakes, but not power disc brakes and not power steering. So you want to make sure you ask about those things. This has a Goodyear polyglass tires. They're period correct tires. A set of tires like this. And the reason I'm bringing up some of this stuff about items and cost and what have you is so you have an idea of when you buy a car, why is the value what it is, and why is this one more expensive than some other ones, and here's why. Wheels and tires for this car alone, brand new wheels, polyglass tires, set you back a little over $2,300 for a real set, mounted, balanced, shipped, installed on the car, all right? That's a good chunk of change. Throw in a great cranberry red paint job that's clear coated here, all right? So clear coated over the stripes. So it means that the body's prepared properly. You can see from the gaps and the way the door closes and things like that, all right? A paint job like this with all the body work and all that is somewhere around $10,000. And you want the shine. So come on up here and check the shine out that you're getting. Look how really clear that is. You should be able to read everything in there. All original, fully loaded, correct Z25, okay? That's what you should be able to read. Get somebody to do the video. If you're comparing this car to someone else's, which I'm surprised you would be doing, but let's just say you did just to make sure you knew this. But be careful too, because this car's gonna be going very quickly and you're gonna miss out again. We're doing this video while we're finishing just upgrading a couple small things that are deteriorated over time because there are some original parts still in the car, which is really cool and I would like to show you. But those things there are what start to add to the price of a car. Chrome and stainless in really good shape. You could go to a car show in this car and potentially win the whole thing. It's that nice. You pull up, you've heard this car run. No, you haven't heard this car run. But once I do start it up for you, you'll be done. You got nothing else to do but figure out how to pay for it. All right, let's keep rolling around the car. Like little stuff like this. No secondary, third window rattle in the car. The door fits right. Look at the gap of this door. It's not hanging out of the corner down here because the quarter panels were put on incorrectly. It's got the upgraded moldings around here. All right, these are all upgrades to the car that you would have had to check off. These cars didn't come with a lot of stuff. They're designed to keep the price down. This car here is not like that. Come back here, we got the correct bumper with the right call outs, correct tips that are on the back there. We're gonna look underneath here. It's got the F41 suspension with the sway bar hanging down. And you can see in the floor right there, look how nice the underneath of that car is. It's beautiful. It's detailed properly, 12 bolts in there. All right, and come on back over around this way. And we look, we got our polyglass on there. Door gaps again, look really good. Call outs on the fenders. This is a really, really nice car. Okay, great, so here's what we're gonna do. I want you to see underneath here because there's some original things still in the car and we have a couple pieces that are on the way. It wasn't just done, but the car just came in and I wanted you to see it before it got sold. Anyway, for instance right here, we normally put on a new battery and battery topper. You say, well, what's the big deal? It's just a battery topper. No, it's not just a battery topper. You have to buy a specific battery that the battery topper will fit on. That's roughly $300 by the time you're all done. That small conversion. These are the original valve covers on here. I'm going to send them with the car. But these original valve covers, we have a brand new set that are coming in here, and here's how you can tell they're original. They have the weld marks inside for the oil drippers in there, all right, which the aftermarket ones do not have. We have a tower clamp kit coming for this car, all right. We have the new grills for the cowl there, and the rest of it we're just finishing off as we go, some decals and what have you, GM hoses, and it'll be really, really nice by the time you get it. But we're finishing up those items. That's why I wanted you to see this ahead of time, because quite honestly, you should be able to see the difference. Like, it didn't have the correct air cleaner on it when we got it, and it just looks so much better by the time we're done with the decals and all the little touches that we do, that when you open the hood, you go to a car show or something like that, it looks really, really nice. All right, so come on in here, and here's what I did. We took the mat out so you can see this, and this is why I did this, just for this reason. So many of these cars are just mud cars, meaning they have so much Bondo and plastic and what have you in there. I wanted you to see the trunk. See how deep the ribs are in here? Okay, all the way through here. This is all beautifully done. This could be the original trunk pan. I can't really tell for sure, but it looks to be, with the seam sealer and things like that, and it's detailed nicely as well. This is claimed to be an original mile car, but unfortunately we don't have those kinds of sheets. I can't find any places where they've welded on brand new quarter panels on here, so it appears to be the original quarter panels, and here is typical of the factory welds. Right here, the spot welds are still in place on this. So that's a good sign that this car wasn't a rusty old car. This is a car that has been taken care of over time, and looks really nice. So we'll put the mat in, we'll put the spare tire in, we'll put a spare tire cover on it, and then you'll have the jacking instructions and things that we just put those stickers in. Oops. Okay, there you go. And then you can take this to a show as well and show this part. All right, cool. All right, so come on in here, because this is where you're going to spend a lot of your time. All right. What I loved about this car is there's a lot of original parts still on it. This is a really, I mean, they're telling us this is the real miles on the car, and there are original pieces still in here. For instance, this piece right here is original. It's got a couple dings in it, what have you. I think that we should get a new one, and the new one's included with the car, but maybe we save all of these old parts and say, you know what, this is pretty cool. This car originally was coded for $791, which is an Ivory Bucket seat interior. It's original 75 code, Cranberry Red paint. Those are cool, cool things. Factory radios in here. This has the factory upgraded dash package with the tachometer in it and full gauges, because normally you get a SuperSport dash, but there would just be lights in here and nothing here. It would just be a speedometer and some dummy lights. I don't like to say idiot, because most of the people who drove these cars weren't idiots, so I don't want that to be referenced to the lights and the connection. Never mind, you don't even care about that. But anyway, most importantly, SuperSport, great dash, stock. One of the things that you might want to ask us to do for you, which we do for so many people every day, is install a digital sound system inside the glove box. This way it keeps the dash all stock. Very inexpensive for us to put that in there. We can hide the speakers as well. Then you can stream the music from your phone or whatever. You get satellite radio in there, and you keep the dash looking stock, and you got to have some tunes. But the bottom line is this, is that I'm hoping that you drive this car to work, and on a Friday you call whoever it is that you're on the way home, right? Hey, I'm on the way home, I see you in a little bit. You know what you do, man? You shut that phone off. No more text messages, no more emails, no more Twitter feed, no more Facebook feed, no more feeds of any other feeds. It's just you, the shifter, rowing the shifter, the motor falling, rising, falling in between shifts, big exhaust pipes out the back, pumping the horsepower out there. Just go for a ride, man. There is no better therapy in this world, and the fact that these cars continue to go up in value makes it even better for you. All right, so as we run down the list of codes and the way it was nicely decoded, this way we knew how it came from the factory. That's the great thing about original Canadian cars, is that's the way you can document it, right? So power disc brakes, power steering is on here, all right? The polyglass tires, the upgraded instrument panel with the factory tack and gauges, all that stuff's on there, and it's really nice. And it's a matching numbers 396, 350 horse, right? With a 4-speed and a 12-bolt and F41 suspension, and it's red and it's white stripes, and it's just an awesome, awesome car. Anyway, you need this car, man. I'm telling you. I know that sounds like we're selling a car, but I'm not. I get the smile on my face because I love cars, and when you see this car, it's hard not to love it. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it. Man, all the great talk and all the great looks of the car is awesome until you hear this, which takes it to a whole nother level, and this is the level you're missing. So check this out.